Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. This is your host, Keely Austin. Today is Thriving Thursday. It's February 11th and I am excited to be here with you today. Our quote of the day today is, once your mindset changes, everything on the outside will change along with it. We've got our national conference coming up right around the corner. It's going to be online. We are meeting for 3 full days of excellent training. I'm so excited for this national conference. We've got some, I'm sure we've got some exciting new announcements coming out as we do every year. And then some fantastic training, of course, from some really powerful leaders. We've got a keynote speaker, and make sure you're there. Anyone who's taking their business seriously is there. So we'll see you there. I'm really excited. Again, tickets are available, so get your tickets purchased and we will see you at the national conference. Our leaders retreat dates have changed, so do make sure to update the, if you marked your calendar, make sure to get these dates updated. We are going to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico for our leaders retreat, August 20th through the 24th this year. Every Monday, we've got our Founders Live at 4 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., we have our national study groups. Download the Helios app if you haven't already, give it 5 stars, know how to locate your access code, and then you can give that to your guests, have your guests download the app as well. Then they'll have access to the money mastery videos, and just a great way to gain protection with your guests, and a great way to get them introduced to some of the value that we provide. This Saturday, we've got our Super Saturday that's happening from 9 a.m. to noon Mountain Time. And then immediately after, we've got a separate meeting where we will be putting together a music video for the national conference. So for those of you who may not know this, our CEO's daughter, so Bob Snyder's daughter, will produce and sing a song that goes along with our nationals theme. And so what Bob will do is he has everyone from across the nation put together some clips for a video, and he puts the whole nation's video together, edits all the clips together. And so it's really cool. He'll play that at nationals. So this weekend is our chance to submit some entries for the music video. So we're going to be doing that on Saturday at noon. There is an event in the calendar for this, and you'll see it on Saturday the 13th, and it's called Workshop. So kind of a fun version of a workshop, but we'll see you there on Saturday. Every week on Thursday, we've got our Private Capital Masterclass. So today at 6 p.m., we are meeting with Dane Clark to talk all things private capital. And then Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock, so right after this call, we have our Dream Call, the Daily Real Estate Action Mastermind. So bring anything that you're working on, any questions that you have, any questions you have from either deals that you're looking at or from the classes that you're watching. It's a really, really great way to just come and mastermind about the real estate investing side of this business. We've got our daily team call that we're on right now, Monday through Friday, 8 to 9. And then our Zoom up call that happens at noon. We've got over 70 Zoom up calls right now, so it's really exciting. They're only about 20 minutes long, and what they are is different students sharing their story. And Michael Huggins and Scott Rowe have put this together where they interview different students each day of the week. There is a playlist on YouTube, so if you're not able to make it live, then you can jump on YouTube, catch the playlist, and send the playlist to your guests. It's a really, really powerful way to get them introduced to Renatus and what people are able to do with this education. The website here, oes.com, talks about the optional event subscription, what that is and why you want to be a part of it. If you're looking to introduce your students to, or your guests to, the Profits education that we offer, you can do so by plugging them in with Bob Tierney's event on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. where Bob introduces the Profits education. Every week we have a virtual house tour, and these are really, really a great way to get your guests introduced to our group and what it is that we're up to. So last night we had a virtual house tour at Lily Puerto's property. The purchase price was $289,000, rehab $38,000, holding costs $9,000, and the after repair value is $390,000. She's got a couple of different exit strategies, which I think this is a really, really cool piece of the property tours that we have. We get to see lots of different exit strategies, whether it's a flip or a short-term rental or a long-term rental. So she showed us here a couple of the options here. The flip, if she were to flip it and sell it, $40,000 would be her profit. If she hangs on to it, seller finance, cash flow is $400. Or her other option would be to hold on to it as a rental, and the cash flow on that would be $850 a month. So really cool to see those different exit strategies. And again, these property tours are built for your guests so that they can see what we are doing across the nation with this education. So 7 o'clock on Wednesday nights, you can catch us at the house tour. And then Thursday nights, we've got a lot going on. We've got the house tour offered again, but it's offered in Spanish. So Wednesdays it's in English, Thursdays in Spanish. Then we've got the Pillars of Wealth intro presentation, our follow-up and funding webinar. We've got an onboarding session. And then what was the essential study group, since we're doing essential study groups on Monday nights with the nation, on Thursday nights, we are doing a velocity banking study group, as well as multifamily wholesaling and short-term rental. So tune in on Thursday nights. We'll see you tonight at the events. We do record these calls. You can catch them on Facebook as well as on YouTube. I've had a couple of issues with Facebook this week, and I'm getting that worked out. So that's why we're not on Facebook Live right now, but we are recording, and we will make sure to get this recording onto the YouTube channel, Elevate Renatus, and that's also where you can catch the Zoom up calls that I mentioned a moment ago. So here we go with our money matrix exercise. We'll go ahead and play this video. And then there's a short exercise at the end where we'll spend just about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the exercise, and answer the questions. So if you'd like to write down, just grab a notebook, grab a pen, and get ready to listen up. Just waiting for this video to catch up with me here.
This farmer ran all night and changed the game of endurance racing.
I'm trying to get this to maximize, and it doesn't want to. Oh, there we go.
By doing this one technique. Every year, Australia hosts a 543.7-mile endurance race from Sydney to Melbourne. It is considered to be one of the world's most grueling ultramarathons. The race takes 5 days to complete and is only attempted by world-class athletes who train specially for the event. These athletes are typically less than 30 years old and backed by large companies such as Nike. And then there is Cliff Young. In 1983, a 61-year-old man named Cliff Young showed up at the start of this race. He was wearing overalls and work boots. People assumed he was a spectator. He shocked everyone when he picked up his race bib and towed the starting line with the other runners. People told Cliff he was crazy and that there was no way he could finish the race. Yes, I can. See, I grew up on a farm where we couldn't afford horses or tractors, and the whole time I was growing up, whenever the storms would roll in, I'd have to go out and round up the sheep. We had 2,000 sheep on 2,000 acres. Sometimes I would have to run those sheep for 2 or 3 days. It took a long time, but I'd always catch them. I believe I can run this race. When the race started, the runners quickly pulled ahead of Cliff, who didn't so much run as shuffle along. Spectators feared for his safety. In order to finish the race in 5 days, one would have to run for about 18 hours a day and sleep for 6 hours a day. Cliff didn't know that and continued to run all day and all night. It was Cliff's plan to make up for his lack of speed by not sleeping. He planned to run for 5 days and nights straight. Cliff kept running. Each night he came a little closer to the front of the pack of runners. By the final night of the race, he had passed all of the young world-class athletes. He was the first competitor to cross the finish line, and he set a new course record. Cliff was awarded the $10,000 prize for winning the race. He didn't even know that there was a prize. He gave all of the money to a number of other runners, which made him a bit of a national hero in Australia. The following year, Cliff entered the race again and took 7th place. Not even a displaced hip during the race stopped him. Cliff made the news again in 1997 when at 76 years old, he set out to raise money for homeless children by running around Australia's border. He completed 6,520 kilometers of the 16,000-kilometer run before he had to pull out because his only crew member became ill. Cliff Young passed away in 2003 at age 81. Today, Cliff's signature shuffle has been adopted by ultramarathon runners because it is considered to be more energy efficient. At least 3 champions of the Sydney to Melbourne race have used the shuffle to win the race. Furthermore, during the Sydney to Melbourne race, modern competitors do not sleep. Winning the race requires runners to go all night as well as all day, just like Cliff Young. This old farmhand changed the way endurance races are ran because he had a different mindset. As you use your unique mindset, You too will challenge the status quo and create change. Call to action. Mindset. Take 11 minutes right now to find a different mindset for a current problem. What could you do differently? How could you challenge the status quo?
I'll set a timer and let's take a few minutes to answer the question here. Got about 2 more minutes left. All righty. I hope you guys were able to get some good thoughts written down. I sure did. And depending on what Wanda wants to do, we may or may not have someone come out and share. So let's go ahead and get going with our training today. Today is Thriving Thursday. We get to learn from Wanda Carrasquillo. I'm so very grateful that we get to learn from Wanda. She is an amazing individual who has been able to create fantastic success with this business. And I'm just so inspired by the way that she trains and the way that she gives back, and just the way that she's able to keep going with her marketing business, even though she's facing some struggles, as well as killing it on the real estate side too. It's just incredibly inspiring. So make sure that you are ready to take some notes today from Wanda's training. Wanda's got a very, very incredible story where she was born in Puerto Rico, and earned herself 2 master's degrees in education, despite many life challenges. And in her career, she succeeded in many ways, but she was constantly hitting the ceiling each time she tried to reach higher. And on the side, she was always looking to open up different types of businesses, because she absolutely has an entrepreneurial spirit. But at the time, none of those businesses really took off. And around 4 or 5 years ago is when, I think it was about 4 years ago, was when Wanda found Renatus. And in her first 8 months, she earned 6 figures and was able to exceed her income in less time and in less effort because of Renatus. And she's been able to also to keep that 6-figure income each year after that first 8 months. And then on top of being a marketing leader, also being on the PIT team, in training to be on the President's Advisory Council, she has also completed over 21 real estate transactions. And just last week, we toured one of her properties. That was a really great tour, Wanda. And investing in real estate has created a really bright future for herself. And she's also able to pass that on to other people, which is amazing. So I'm very excited for what Wanda has to share with us today. Good morning, Wanda. How are you?
Good morning, Kelly, and thank you so much for that introduction. And I just need to clarify, last year, no, I didn't make the 6-figure income, but I don't want to make excuses, because there were some people who made the 6-figure income. I didn't. I have some challenges. You know, we have COVID, we have my grandma, we have so many things in my life, but that doesn't preclude me for this year, starting again and moving forward. this is so into, and this today we didn't even discuss my topic or anything, and everything is always aligned with Kili. Kili and I have that vibration that keeps us aligned. But Bob Snyder was talking about self-reliance, and the Money Matrix video was talking about this marathon and this gentleman who joined the marathon and everything, and how you can change the status quo of your life, of your business. So this week I have this video that I want to share with you, and then we go to the sharing moment and we combine the Money Matrix with this video that I'm going to show you. But this is a video that I recorded. I was traveling and I just was amazed on the moment because, okay, first I took a flight from Puerto Rico to Dallas Fort Worth. And the clouds were so dense that the pilot was saying, we are just going to be landing. And I'm like, how in the world he's going to go through these clouds? But anyway, it went through and we landed. So I took a whole movie of the landing process. But then I was more amazed, and I'm going to take another video of the taking off process when I took the next flight from Dallas Fort Worth to Utah. And I want to show you that clip because as I was sitting on my plane on the window seat, I was taking the video, but I was thinking about my business. And I was going through all the elements and all of the things that I face in my business and comparing what was happening with this takeoff. And I said, I think this is going to be my training on Thursday. So everything aligns so well with the self-reliance that Bob was talking about, and also being in this marathon for 5 years that we saw on the Money Matrix video. And again, we didn't plan this one, but it's just working out so perfectly. And also the code, the mindset, you can change it and you change your life. So let me share my screen, and Kelly, just cue me when you see everything rolling. And I'm gonna just, I didn't speak anything during that, taking that video, but I'm gonna be talking to you of the element that I saw. And if you see something different, write it down, because basically this is all about having, you see my screen now?
We can see your screen, yep.
Good. Okay, so this video takes about 8 minutes, but I'm gonna be talking through the elements that I saw as I was taking off in this. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so just think about your business. You enroll in Renatus, you start your business, you start learning, you start moving forward, you see kind of people around, you start comparing sometimes with others. We're pretty much the same. We are, oops, did we get disconnected?
We can still see your screen.
You see my screen? Okay, I got it. I thought that let me put myself in airplane mode. So sorry. You see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you see that you start moving slowly through the process of beginning your business, and you see things around you that you have to learn, but you're staying in your lane. You're staying right there. You are kind of excited, moving slowly perhaps, and you sometimes have to take some turns, and you see things and the tower over there like guiding you. So some people are guiding you, during the process that you are moving forward in your business. You sometimes have these distractions in the background. You hear voices in the background, and sometimes are negative voices that tells you, oh, that you are probably crazy of doing this, but you're moving forward and you continue forward. And you take some little speed, you started to move forward faster, and you continue to see people around you, but we all the same, right? Look at these planes, they are the same airline. We are all part of Renatus, we are part of the family, part of the same culture. We're creating a culture here that is the same. You see some people moving past you, and you keep moving forward and a little bit taking more speed into it and learning more. And you see people supporting you and guiding you as you plan your takeoff. You plan the things that you want to do. You create your plan. You know that you have to stay in the lane. You have to study. You have to, if you're doing marketing or doing both, you have to do so many things. But you don't want to be so busy that you don't stay focused and stay in your lane. Continue to move forward and keep forwarding, and you start seeing other people. You see the yellow airplanes down there, and you see other people doing it differently than you. You may get distractions. You may get different perspective, but you decide to stay in the lane with your team. There's no way you already committed to this team, and you cannot switch now. You inside the plane, and you can, you're in the race, and even if you see other programs or other things happening, you stay committed into this because you already paid for that ticket. You're already in it. Take some turns. And you see more team members right there in the line. Some have taken off, some have not taken off. They still, so everybody is in different stages. Not necessarily they're all moving forward together, but people are continue to stay in the race, right? And again, you see others working their magic in other places, doing something similar, but not the same, not quite the same. You hear noises in the background. But you don't get distracted, you continue on because you are self-reliant. You don't have to be depending on anything else. You just have all the tools to move forward and take the speed and continue on. Keep thinking about what you are doing right now in your business. Are you focused? Are you doing the things that we need to do, like the 4 money-making activities? Did the people tell the story, build for events, follow up? Basic strategies, but they're crucial to continue to move forward in your marketing business. And if you compare with your real estate, you continue to find leads, making calls, connecting with others to get to where you want to be. You see the sky and it's kind of cloudy, and you may see forward and you think, how I'm gonna get through that cloudiness. But you see down back there the towel that helps you to and guide you to continue on. And you stay on the lane. You keep your courage, you keep your strength, and start building relationships, start building and increasing your knowledge. There are different side roads, but you know that you need to stay in your lane to continue in your path. The other roads will not take you to where you need to go. You keep hearing things in the background because you get criticisms, you get people who are negative that they don't want you to succeed, or envy. But you also hear people who continue to encourage you to move forward, and you continue on moving forward to your goal and destinations. You see people standing by just in case you need help. They are there. You don't have to be here by yourself. So you've been guided through this road, through this journey, and you know your destination. When you took that ride, when you took that plane, you know where you're going. It's been confirmed that you're gonna land in a different place. And you continue in your journey. You start seeing other people taking off in your journey, and you get excited about your other people and your friends, because you became very acquainted with other people in the community and in your business. You get excited that they are taking off, but you're still there, and then you stop suddenly, and it's like, oh my goodness, everybody's taking off and I'm here waiting. But your moment will come. It just will come at the right time, at the right moment. And you're still seeing others taking off. You see others moving forward. You may get a little anxious and maybe even discouraged, but you're still in the race. And when you see other ones, it's like you get excited because they are taking off. But comparing with others, it's not going to do you any good. You just need to continue forward and move. Just move. Don't worry about the other ones taking off. You know that you will take off sometime at the right moment. When you are ready to take off, you will take off. But these processes of moving just a little bit and stopping and learning and creating and learning more and looking at you other peers moving forward and taking off will help you to get the strength and to get the understanding, the passion on so many other characteristics and so many other qualities and skills that you have to earn and that you have to acquire in order to be ready to take off. So these moments of stopping in your business, or maybe being in a plateau, or being without that many results, is okay. But you see the other ones taking off, and you are like, oh, this is exciting. I will take off in my moment, and it's okay if it's not the moment yet. You may get cloudy and a little bit blurry in your journey, but you know that you stay in the lane, that you are still part of this group that are taking off. Keep analyzing, and then you keep moving forward, and you know that it's getting closer. You see the other ones near you, the ones that are with you, closer to you, taking over. And you're like, oh, it's going to be my moment pretty soon. And even though it's not good to be comparing in a negative way, you know that your moment will come. Your moment will come and you see everything around, everything is perfect for your moment. You stay in the lane, you continue to move forward. Maybe slowly but surely, you know that you will take off at a particular moment. You get excited with the other ones really taking off and making a lot of money. And you're like, oh, I want to be like them. I want to be like that. But you still in that race. Getting closer and closer and closer to that finish line. And it's not really the finish line, it's really that momentum that you take to take off. After you have learned, after you have gone through learning processes and so on, you know that your moment will come to take off. And you continue to move forward and to move forward. Taking counsel from all the leaders, from all the people just participating, and you take your last turn. You keep watching others passing by you, but you are in your own pace. You are at your own pace. You are at the moment that you need to be to continue progress and to continue to move forward. And everything has to do with your mindset, with your changing your attitude, improving yourself, reading books, being connected to the community, being connected to the things that you have to do to continue that journey. I just want to move to the screen. Okay. And that's where you start taking your speed. You have your knowledge. You have your support system. And you make your last turn. And the sky, even though you see that it is not as clear, because you probably have fears, you probably have doubts, but you see other ones coming behind you because you have built your team, you have built others, and it's time for you to really take off. You pick up your speed. You are doing everything that is required for you to do, to move forward in your business, to continue on in your path, to get the results that you always dream, to put things in perspective, and you are taking the speed. fine. You have your own wins. You have your own team. You reach your 5-star. You're now guiding others, and you take off. And even during takeoff, you see clouds, you see it's foggy. You know where you're going, you know your destination, and you are really taking off in your business. So I want you to really, did I stop your, can you see me again?
Yes, we can see you.
So as I went through this flight and observed that plane taking off, I did the same exercise mentally with me just doing it. And I'm like, this is so perfect. This is so perfect. So you can analyze where you at in your business. Are you doing the things that are required? Are you part of that team? Are you doing, improving your skill, changing your mindset, and changing that way of thinking that moves you forward? Can you do something crazy, something different in your business that will change your status quo? Like this guy, everybody wearing Nikes, but he decided to wear his farm boots, working boots. And he wasn't that young, you know, he was an old guy in the 60s. And he won the race because he wanted to make a statement. He wanted to change. He wanted to, he had the courage to move forward, doing something different. At one occasion, I remember doing one-on-one with Woody, and I was kind of a little sad because I was kind of comparing myself with another person, and like, look at this person, you know, they have this perfect system, they have everything lined up and so on. And I'm like, he said, you know, it's okay. They doing it this way. You have your own system. You don't have to change. Your system is giving you results. So move forward, continue on. So comparing with others is not the best part. What you can do is be happy of their success and then take your own success at hand and move forward. Now we have a few more minutes and I want to open up this to discussion. We have seen 3 videos today. It's of Bob Snyder with the message of self-reliance. And self-reliance means, yes, you have all of this support, but it's not time for you to be blaming. I cannot say, oh, I didn't make my $100,000 last year because Michael, or because Kelly's calls, or because, no. I have to take my own responsibility. If I want to give myself excuses, I can take all the excuses in the world, but it's my responsibility. It's not anybody else. It was my results. So I just got my 1099 and I knew I was short. I knew I didn't know exactly for how much short I was. But anyway, I know that I still in the race. So you can slow down at a particular moment, but you're still in the race. And that's what is important. Stay in the race, stay connected, stay with us because we have the results and it's been proven that every time you get on that plane, you can really take off. So let's open up to a conversation and see what are your thoughts. What do you think that you can do to change the status quo of your business to move forward and to get better results? Anybody? Don't be shy, not talk to everybody at once. And if so you have never participated, that will be the best moment now to participate. Or I will call on somebody. I have to mention I have new people on my team. who are here in the call. So I want to say welcome, Carolina. This is probably your first call. Yes, this is your first call. So Carolina, she just joined the team. So welcome.
I think you need to call on somebody, Wanda.
Yes, I am going to call. I'm going to call in Laura.
Wanda.
Who? Anybody else there? Oh,
yes,
go ahead.
good morning. Good morning, Wanda.
Yes, hi.
Hi. Thank you for sharing that. It was, I found it right in tune with what Bob shared as well. And it reminded me of David and Goliath, where they tried to put his coat, somebody else's armor on him. And we really can't look at anybody else's progress. We have to look at our own progress from day to day and encourage ourselves that our path is our path. But every leader has challenges and has questions, and you can walk so confidently. I'm sure we're all looking at you like, oh, look at Wanda, she's doing it. But leaders, have those inward conversations and challenges too. And so with you sharing that video with us, we heard your self-talk. Yeah, there is a tower, there's a light. I saw hope. I saw where I wanted to go. I put my money in this program. I have to make it work. And there is going to be a lot of talk, most of the time it's inside talk instead of outside talk. So for me, every day I wake up and I'm challenged to have a positive self-talk. So these exercises help me to get that and to challenge those things that are holding me back. And I've identified some things that are holding me back. And some people identify it as a heart wall, and some people feel it as anxiety. So right now I'm feeling a little bit anxiety, which in your description was like the clouds, the unknowingness. But I had to, sit back and let the pilot be the pilot. And for me to sit back and stay in my lane and do what I can do today. So today know who I need to call. I wrote that down. And I know where my blockages are today. I'm not worried about the ones way out beyond the clouds. So if I can just be better today than I was yesterday, I know I will get where I'm to get in my own time. It's not fast enough for me. Like Eric Counts, I want to jump the creek because I want the results. But I won't be ready for the results if I don't take the steps I need to grow inwardly in order to get the outward results. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And what was your name? Cynthia?
Cintra.
Thank you. You just stated so nicely. Yes, you probably have fears. You probably have so many obstacles, things in your life that are happening that you don't have control over, but you do have control of some things. If you set up your calendar, you don't have to do a lot. You don't have to be busy, but you have to be focused. That's the important part. And when you wake up and you do your affirmations and you do your routine, and then you say, today I'm going to make 3 calls. It's okay. 3 calls maybe for real estate, 3 calls for contacting somebody for the marketing side, or you do both, all 6 calls. But you put that in your calendar and you remain focused on what you want to complete that day, and you do it. And don't allow the past to affect your present. And don't even think about the future, because tomorrow doesn't exist. What exists is today, is this moment. This is what exists. Tomorrow, I don't know about tomorrow. Last night, I just got a call or a message from a friend that another friend passed away. And his passion was flying. He was a pilot. And his plane crashed in Colombia and he passed. Young man, you know, he's probably in his early 30s and he's no longer with us. But, you know, that's why you don't worry about the future. You don't worry about tomorrow. You know you are in the lane. You know where you're going. You know your destination. But you worry about this moment. You make this moment today, now, the best of your life. And you are a creator. You know what you need to create and you know the steps to create it. So just take the moment to do it. Guys, we are almost at the top of the hour. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for sharing so eloquently your thoughts. And I hope that these 3 messages about self-reliance, about being in the marathon, about being in your lane and taking off will help you to understand that you are in this business for a marathon, not for a sprint. The results may not come quite fast. You saw last week, Alfonso's results on that deal. He bought his education 3 years ago. And now that was his first deal. Now it's time for him to take off. Okay, so don't compare yourself with everybody else taking off and you don't, because there are moments that you have to be stopped, that you need to stop, that you need to be on the lane and go slowly and make your turns until it is your moment. Guys, you have a wonderful day. Have wonderful moments that you can create and that you can move forward with your dreams and make them a reality. Talk to you later. Love you guys. See you next week.
Thank you, Wanda. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wanda.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wanda.
Thank you. Bye-bye.